From the Ganges Ghats to every home, the complete story of Patanjali Dant Kanti. Imagine it is morning in Haridwar. There is a crowd at the Ghat of the Ganges, the sound of the Aarti is in the air, and some people are distributing a small Ayurvedic tooth powder for free. At that time, no one had any idea that this small packet would one day challenge the big toothpaste brands. The fear was that old traditional remedies were slowly disappearing from Indian homes. Things like neem, clove, babul and peppermint were only remaining in the stories of grandmothers, but the bathroom shelves had been taken over by foreign-style toothpaste. The curiosity starts right here. What exactly happened, which turned a tooth powder distributed at the Ghats into Patanjali Dant Kanti, making it the identity of millions of homes? This is not just the story of a toothpaste, but a story of brand psychology. The tradition of cleaning teeth in India is very old. In villages, people used datun, twigs, tooth powder and domestic methods for oral care. Toothpaste became popular later, but the memory of old methods remained somewhere in people's minds. This was the space where Baba Ramdev and Acharya Balkrishna, Sir Patanjali made its place. They did not just sell a product, but made people feel that Ayurveda and Swadeshi, indigenous, could also come in modern packaging. Patanjali Ayurved's identity was linked with yoga, Ayurveda and the Indian lifestyle. People saw Baba Ramdev on TV, heard him in yoga camps, and slowly, trust in the brand began to build. The story of Dant Kanti also emerged from this trust. In the beginning it reached people not as a toothpaste, but as an Ayurvedic tooth powder. It was given to people to try in various camps, fairs and social settings. When a product reaches people for free, it faces its biggest test, public response. If people use it and forget it, the story ends right there. But if people start asking where will I get this again, then a brand is born. This is what happened with Dant Kanti. People did not see it just as a powder, but as an oral care feeling linked to familiar Indian ingredients. This connection later started turning into product demand. The Patanjali team understood that urban and semi-urban customers didn't just want tooth powder. They wanted the convenience of toothpaste, but also wanted the identity of Ayurveda in the ingredients. From here the journey started from tooth powder to toothpaste. There was an attempt to combine the old oral care mindset with a modern toothpaste base so that people could easily adopt it into their everyday routine. This transition was very important because in the Indian market, toothpaste is not just a health product but a daily habit product. The thing that is used every morning and night becomes a part of the household's lifestyle. Dant Kanti entered into this very daily habit. The tube was the same, the brushing routine was the same, but the message behind the packaging was different. It was saying, this is not just cleaning, it is a memory of Ayurveda too. In the product details of the company, one finds mentions of ingredients like neem, clove, peppermint, pipli, babul and other herbs. For consumers, these names seemed more familiar and trustworthy than chemical formulas. People have linked neem to the care of teeth and gums since childhood. The scent of clove is linked to oral freshness. Peppermint gives freshness. Such ingredients connected the product to Indian memory. Dant Kanti's biggest marketing advantage was that it did not give people a new product, but an old identity in a new form. This works deeply in Indian consumer psychology. At that time, big toothpaste brands were already strong in the market. Names like Colgate had been present in homes for several decades. Entering such a market was not easy for any new brand. But Patanjali did not challenge the competition just through price or packaging. It took an emotional route, the route of Ayurveda, Swadeshi and trust. Baba Ramdev's public presence gave the product visibility. When the face doing yoga on TV was linked with an oral care product, the consumer felt it not just as an advertisement, but as a recommendation. Many brands could not understand this point. Dant Kanti did not do celebrity endorsement, it did trust endorsement. Baba Ramdev himself had become a part of the brand identity. Patanjali stores, distributors and the general trade network also gave reach to the product. When the consumer started getting it easily in small cities and towns, the adoption became even faster. Affordability has also been one of the reasons for Dant Kanti's popularity. In Indian families, toothpaste is a product that is bought every month. If the price is accessible and the brand provides trust, repeat purchase becomes possible. This product gave the consumer the feeling that they were not just buying toothpaste but choosing an indigenous desi alternative. This choice became a matter of pride for many people. The emotion of Swadeshi, indigenous, was also a very big factor in this story. When the consumer felt that an Indian brand was challenging big multinational brands, buying the product started feeling like a small statement. But there is a second side to this story too. It is not right to consider an oral care product as medicine. Toothpaste can help in daily hygiene, but the advice of a dentist is necessary in case of dental disease. To understand the success of Patanjali Dant Kanti, we must understand that in India, trust often comes from personal belief before laboratory data. People buy what they feel a sense of belonging in. Dant Kanti learned the art of selling belongingness. There was toothpaste in the tube, but in the story, there was the emotion of Ganges Ghats, Ayurveda, yoga, herbs and Swadeshi. When a brand makes its origin story strong, the consumer remembers it. That is the reason why Dant Kanti's free distribution story becomes powerful. Free sampling is a big weapon for any FMCG product. The consumer does not have to take a risk. They try the product, form an experience, and if they like it, they start buying it. Dant Kanti turned this trial into trust. Yoga camps and public places gave it direct consumer connect, which can be more effective than expensive advertising. Timing is also very important in brand building. At that time in India, the demand for words like natural, herbal and chemical-free was increasing. The consumer had started reading labels, and attention toward traditional ingredients was increasing. Patanjali recognized this trend. It brought Ayurveda out from just the medicine shelf and onto the everyday FMCG shelf. Dant Kanti became a visible example of that change. It is difficult to change habits in the toothpaste category. People keep using the same brand for years. But for the first time, Dant Kanti forced people to think that there could be an indigenous option in toothpaste too. This product resonated not just in cities but also in small towns and villages. There the language of Ayurveda, yoga and Swadeshi felt more natural. Patanjali's retail strategy also helped. When flour, ghee, shampoo, soap and toothpaste are available at the same shop, the consumer's trust transfers from one category to another. This can be called the brand halo effect. If a consumer used one Patanjali product and liked it, they might be ready to try Dant Kanti too. Packaging was also important for Dant Kanti. The product presented itself like a modern toothpaste, but kept an Indian identity in its name and ingredients. The name Dant Kanti was also simple and memorable. Dant means teeth, Kanti means shine or brightness. The purpose of the product is understood as soon as you hear the name. Many brands show modernity in English-heavy names, but Dant Kanti created an identity with a Hindi-Sanskrit flavor. This name was understood by both rural and urban consumers. Now this success can also be understood through numbers, but with caution. In 2021, the net profit of Patanjali Ayurved was reported at 485 crore rupees in public reports. This was a company-level figure, not just for Dant Kanti. Still, Dant Kanti became one of Patanjali's most recognizable products. It was the product that brought Ayurveda-based positioning into mainstream discussion in the oral care market. Large competitors also observed the direction of the market. Gradually, toothpaste options with herbal, natural and Ayurvedic positioning started increasing, meaning Dant Kanti played a role in changing the category conversation. This is a big win for any brand. When a competitor also starts launching products in your language, understand that you have introduced a new angle to the market. Dant Kanti's story tells us that product innovation does not always come from a science lab. Sometimes innovation is also formed by combining consumer memory, tradition and modern convenience. But converting tradition into a modern product is not easy. Taste, texture, foam, freshness, shelf life, and consumer expectation all have to be balanced. In toothpaste, the consumer does not just want ingredients. They also want a clean feeling after brushing, fresh breath, and smooth usage. A product is repeated only when the experience fits into the daily routine. Dant Kanti worked on this very everyday usability. If it had remained just in the form of traditional tooth powder, perhaps it would have remained limited to a small audience. By becoming a toothpaste, it reached every family's bathroom. A big business lesson is hidden here. To make any old knowledge a big brand, it has to be packaged according to new consumer behavior. Patanjali did not let Ayurveda remain old-fashioned. It connected it with modern retail, mass advertising, and accessible pricing. Dant Kanti also showed that Indian consumers do not just run after foreign brands. If an Indian brand gives trust, quality and availability, people give it a chance. In the success of this product, Baba Ramdev's image was as important as the consumer's cultural confidence. People wanted to feel that Indian things could also compete with big brands. Like any big brand, Dant Kanti also had to go through criticism and scrutiny. Many claims of Patanjali were in public debate from time to time. Therefore, a consumer should always choose a product only after understanding the label, claims, and their own health needs. A responsible buyer should know that toothpaste is a part of routine care, not complete dental treatment. If there are problems like toothache, bleeding gums, or cavities, a dentist is necessary. Still, looking from a business angle, Dant Kanti's journey is remarkable. Trust started from free sampling, then toothpaste conversion, then mass distribution, and then household recognition. The most interesting thing in this journey is that the product did not enter the market with any glamour story. Its beginning is said to be connected to the Ghats, camps, and common people's feedback. This is what makes it relatable. The consumer feels that this product came directly from people's experiences, not just from profit calculation in a boardroom. Authenticity matters a lot in a brand story. Dant Kanti connected its story with Ayurveda and public response, which is why it did not remain just a toothpaste tube. It felt like a movement. Patanjali gave a message in the FMCG market that if Indian tradition gets the right packaging, right pricing, and strong distribution, it can challenge even the biggest category leader. From the rise of Dant Kanti, it is also understood that the consumer does not just buy a product, they buy a belief. They feel that this brand represents their lifestyle and values. Today, when a family buys Dant Kanti, perhaps they do not think about the 𝐮𝐻𝐿 beginning every time. But that story remains hidden somewhere inside the brand. Many times, small experiments decide the direction of a big empire. Reaching people with a tooth powder for free was such an experiment, which gave the first signal of demand. Then that signal was turned into a product. The product was turned into a brand. The brand was spread through distribution, and distribution reached it to every home. This is the real chain of business. From idea to trust, from trust to trial, from trial to repeat purchase, and from repeat purchase brand power is built. Dant Kanti's story is also a lesson for small entrepreneurs. First, let people try the product, take feedback, improve it, and then scale it according to the market's need.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible, but in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.